Hi YouTube, this is Mark here with Mark's Finance and Fitness. Today we're going to be covering a financial topic. I want to go over the 11 sectors of the stock market because in my last video when I talked about dividend investing, I highlighted how it's important to diversify across the different sectors of the economy and even different companies within those sectors. So today we're going to cover these 11 sectors, and before we get started, I'd appreciate it if you like and subscribe to my videos. I appreciate your support, and I want to provide some great content and help guide you guys in successfully investing your money and growing your wealth. So let's get started. The first sector that I'm going to cover is materials. So for materials, this sector is taking raw materials or natural resources and converting them into something useful. So some of the things in the materials sector would include chemical companies, mining, metal, and logging. You can think of Sherwin-Williams as a great example. They produce paint, which is a chemical. A company that I own is DuPont. Their ticker symbol is DD. Now DuPont produces many different chemicals for products that different companies use. And I think they're very diverse because they produce their products and sell worldwide. So I really like their business model. I really think that they'll be a solid company for many, many years to come. And that's a company that I invest in. Now, the second sector I'm going to cover is industrials. So you can think of industrials as manufacturing. They produce capital goods such as aircraft, electrical equipment, machinery, and transportation services and infrastructure. So you can think of a company like Boeing that makes military aircraft as a popular example, shall we say. They haven't done well recently due to some complications in their business, but that's just an example that I think everyone can know the name Boeing. A company that I invest in for industrials is called 3M. Now if you walk through any Home Depot, you're going to see a lot of their products. One thing that they do is they produce safety materials, so goggles, masks. You'll see their logo 3M on there. And they operate through many different business sectors, and they produce many different things, which is another reason why I invest in this company, is because of their diversity and their presence worldwide. The third sector of the economy I'm going to go over is financials. So I have a wallet here. It's empty. I hope your wallet isn't this empty. But for financials, you're going to be thinking of things like banks, financial management companies, also those companies such as Visa and PayPal that provide the platform to transfer money. So one stock that I invest in is Bank of America. And I like Bank of America because obviously they're a large bank, and I think that the financials have an opportunity to really innovate themselves and really grow in the future. So I like Bank of America. I know a lot of companies use them. I know a lot of people in their personal financials use them. So I think they're a good, solid bet going forward. So the next sector I'm going to cover is energy. Sorry if this hurts your feelings, but energy really is extracting sources of energy from the earth, such as fossil fuels, natural gas, and coal. Of course, there's a change now and a mix-up, shall you say, in the energy market, because we also have solar panels, wind turbines that produce energy. So there's going to be companies coming in and probably taking over this sector. But for now, the majority of them are those that produce the fossil fuels, natural gas, and coal. A company that I invest in that you'll be familiar with is ExxonMobil. You see them pretty much in every city in America, and they produce crude oil and natural gas in many different countries, which is why I think they're a solid company. I think that a lot of these companies will reinvent themselves with the renewable energies that are getting popular nowadays. The next sector I'm going to cover is consumer discretionary. I'm going to put a fancy car here. This is products and services marketed to consumers and bought with discretionary income. So think about it. When the economy is doing really well and people have extra disposable cash at their hands, they're going to spend it more on things such as luxury items or things that they don't need, It's more of their wants. That's how you could think of this sector. This is going to be things as auto, apparel, hotels, restaurants, leisure, businesses, and luxury goods. People have that extra money and they want something instead of need something. This is the sector to be in. So an example of a stock that I own is Ford. So Ford, as you know, manufactures vehicles, produces them and sells them, and they are very dependent on if the economy is doing good or bad. If people have more money, they're more likely to go out and buy a new vehicle or a used vehicle. But if they don't, they might hold off and rely on the vehicle that they have now. This is consumer discretionary, and you could just think of it as the extra cash that people have to spend on their wants instead of their needs. The next sector I'm going to cover is information technology. This is software, hardware, semiconductors, things of that nature. I'm going to use my phone because it has definitely some hardware in it and software that I've downloaded. A company that I'm going to use that I own, and I think it's a great company to invest in, is Microsoft. We've all heard of Microsoft, and they've been around forever. They develop, license, and support software, services, devices, and solutions worldwide. They're a very diverse company. I think they're a very well-run company, and they'll continue to be innovative and stay at the top of their game, continue to take up market share. And so I really think Microsoft is a great company. They have a lot of good things down the pipeline. This is when I say research a company, you want to look at the future of the company, see what are they being innovative about? What new products are they coming out with? So I think Microsoft, since the beginning, has been a great investment. I think it will continue to be a great investment for a long time to come. The next sector I'm going to cover is communication services. So again, this will be my phone as the prop. And this is data transmission, media entertainment. So think of Disney, they put out media entertainment type products. Comcast, think of Comcast. They provide, data transmission and media entertainment and media. A stock that I own in the sector, and it's a popular stock among dividend investors because it pays a really good dividend and it has a lot of cash flow to cover that dividend, is AT&T. AT&T provides that telecommunication, media, and technology services worldwide. Again, they're very diverse and they have a presence worldwide. And I think they're starting to innovate. They've had some trouble in the past with, prior leadership and making some bad decisions, but I think they're finally moving to making good, innovative decisions for the future of their company, which is why I chose to invest in them. So AT&T is one that I own in this sector, which is communication services. The next sector that I'm going to cover is real estate. In real estate, when it comes to the stock market, you're most likely going to invest in what's called REIT. That stands for Real Estate Investment Trust. So it's basically giving you the opportunity to invest in these companies that lease and own real estate, and you're getting exposure to that cash income without the ownership of those specific properties. Think of management companies and real estate development companies. So you're getting to put your money in these companies that take on the headache of actually owning these properties and having to deal with, making sure they find tenants and leasing out these properties and fixing them up and all that stuff. You get to skip all that headache and you just get to invest in that company that manages all those and get a part of that cash that they earn in their income. When you start exploring the real estate sector, you're going to come across Realty Income Corporation. Their ticker symbol is O, and they are a great company because they have really good tenants. They have tenants such as Walgreens, Dollar General, Home Depot, FedEx, Walmart, Sam's Club, CVS, Kroger. These are really good companies, strong companies that are going to pay those leases and those rents each month. So it's a really good company to be in, but there are a lot of good REITs out there to invest in the real estate sector. So be sure to do your research and see what these companies themselves are leasing out to and be comfortable with that. And these companies, especially they're one of the few that pay out monthly. A lot of REITs do that. And so it's nice to have that monthly income through your dividends. So the next sector I'm going to cover is healthcare. So I have a bandage here, wrap my ankle up if I were to sprain it. The healthcare, there's things like medical device manufacturers, medical service providers, biotech and products, so those that produce the medicines. This is definitely a very good sector to be in because healthcare is growing huge because of prices and more people getting older and needing a lot more care. The company that I own specifically is Johnson & Johnson. Now, Johnson & Johnson is a great company because they're very diverse within their own company. They have a lot of products that you might not think of that they do business with or own or whatever. And so some of those companies are Listerine, Aveeno, Band-Aid, Neosporin, Zyrtec. The list goes on and on. They're a very diverse company. Not only do they have products, they deal with diseases, they deal with products for surgeries. I mean, they're very diverse in what they do, and I really think Johnson & Johnson is a solid company that will continue to perform very well for probably the rest of my life. The next sector I'm going to talk about is consumer staples. So I have a pack of mixed nuts here, and consumer staples, you can think of it as the needs. We talked about the wants in consumer discretionary, but consumer staples are the needs. These are products that people will spend their money on whether the economy is good or bad because they need these products. So you can think of food manufacturers and distributors, personal care products, beverages, things of that nature. A few companies are Walmart. Obviously, whether the economy is good or bad, people will still go to Walmart because they need to buy groceries. Colgate, people need to still have good hygiene and brush their teeth. Hopefully that's something you continue to buy. And a company that I own that I think will be around for the rest of my life is Coca-Cola. Now, they're not just the sweet beverage you get at a store. They also provide juices, waters, sports drinks, a lot of different beverages. So people need to drink, they need to rehydrate whether the economy is good or bad. And that's why I think Coca-Cola is a solid company, and I feel they have a lot of room to grow. There's a lot of areas they haven't jumped into, which I wish they would have sooner, like Pepsi has done. But I still think they have a lot of potential to really innovate and grow. Now, the last sector that I'm going to cover is utilities. So think of your water utilities, your gas, your electric. Those are utilities. A lot of people have to pay utility bills every month because they own a home that's using gas, electric, water. This is a great sector to be in because especially as the population grows, and I believe it'll continue to grow in the United States especially, there's only going to be more demand for utility companies and utilities in general. In this sector, I don't own a specific company. I own an index fund, which I will go over in another video. But for now, I'm going to cover a company just to give you an idea, and they're called Duke Energy Corp, or ticker symbol DUK. Duke operates as an energy company in the United States, and it has three segments. It's electric utilities and infrastructure, gas utilities and infrastructure, and commercial renewables. So this company is diverse. It's in different utilities within itself, and I just think the utility sector is a must-have in your investment portfolio. So there you have it. There's the 11 sectors of the economy. As I said, it's good to diversify and have a little bit in each bucket. And whatever sector you believe in that's going to really outperform, that's where you should put a little bit more of your money than the other sectors. But be sure to do your research, maybe hold a few companies in each sector, focus on those companies, reinvesting those dividends, and growing your wealth. I hope this video is very helpful to get you started on really looking into these 11 different sectors, researching them, and start getting a list of companies that you will want to start to invest in. Or if you're already an investor, do you like the companies you currently hold? Do you think you should switch to a different company or focus more on a different sector? It's always good to do your research, diversify to reduce your risk, because if one sector does well, another sector can be doing not so well. And you don't want to have all your eggs in that one basket that's not doing so well, especially during a pandemic like we've been going through. It's good to have your eggs spread out. So with that said, I hope you guys have a great day. I look forward to my next video, and see you soon.